Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is definitely just a ridiculous one. One of those ones that I look back on and I'm like, what the hell even was that? So yeah, it's a pretty good one. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's get into it. So today's story time all takes place back in 2015. It was pretty much the last year I went to high school. And was trying to get my diploma and graduate. My day-to-day routine kind of consisted of the same things. I would get up out of bed, really last minute, wouldn't eat breakfast, rush to school so I wasn't late, get there, and then pretty much just count the minutes until the day was over and go home and do nothing and then repeat. Maybe I shouldn't say do nothing. I definitely got home and made YouTube videos and did that because that's how I'm here today. But other than making YouTube videos, I didn't really have anything else on my day-to-day schedule besides hanging out with friends and being a lazy bastard. So yeah, I wasn't the most responsible human being outside of YouTube stuff. So anyway, 2015 was when vapes started to get popular. I'm sure a lot of you remember that era of when box mods were becoming a thing and little pen vapes were becoming a thing. This was just before Juuls and the disposable vapes and stuff got really popular. But vapes were still very much on the rise in 2015, and a bunch of my friends were buying them, including me. I had one at this time. It was a little neon green, pen-shaped vape. It didn't even have nicotine juice in it because I just didn't smoke nic at this point. I just literally wanted to have it because I liked the flavor. It had a Red Bull flavor in it, which sounds gross, I know. And looking back, it was kind of gross. But at the time, teenage me thought that was so cool. So I used to take this vape every day to school with me, which is stupid, obviously. My school was so strict with this stuff. If you had cigarettes, vapes, drugs, whatever it may be, right? If you had anything, you were pretty much guaranteed a 2-day suspension and plus other punishment like detention and stuff like that. So I really did not want to get caught. So, looking back, I probably should have just left it at my house. But yeah, teenagers tend to do stupid stuff. So, I didn't really think about that. So one day in 2015, I jumped up out of bed like any other normal day at 7 in the morning, rushed to get ready, got on my bus. The whole time I'm on the bus, I'm in the back with my friends hitting our stupid little vapes, thinking we're all cool. And then we get to school, I go to my first period class, that was all normal. And then we get to third period class, okay? Third period on this day was my math class, and I didn't like math, obviously, so any chance I could take to go to the bathroom or go fucking goof off with my friends in the school somewhere, go up to the cafeteria and chill with them, I would take that chance. So I'm in third period class, I'm sitting there, and yeah, your boy got bored pretty quickly, so I raised my hand about 10 minutes into class, 20 minutes in, and I was like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? And my teacher knew what I was up to. He was like, I don't know. And I was like, I will be back soon, don't worry. He's like, you got 10 minutes max. I go, okay. So I jump up out of my seat, I walk to the bathroom, I get in there, and this wasn't even planned. I literally did not tell him to meet me here, but coincidentally, I end up running into my friend Cody in the bathroom. I walk in, he's standing there washing his hands. He's like, oh shit, what's up, man? And I was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, just using the bathroom, bored out of my mind. And I was like, yep, same here. He's like, you got your vape on you? And I was like, I do. So I pull it out, I turn it on, I hand it to him. He takes a rip, and he goes, how much nic is in here? And I was like, there's no nic. He's like, why the fuck do you have a vape with no nicotine? And I was like, because I don't like nicotine. He's like, then why vape? And I'm like, dude, that's a really good point. And to this day, that's probably the greatest point throughout high school that one of my friends has ever made to me, because, yeah. Anyway, he's hitting it anyway because placebo's a thing, and he thinks if he hits it enough, it'll just take away his cravings or something. I don't know. But me and him keep passing my stupid no-nic vape back and forth for 5 minutes just talking. And right as he handed my vape back to me and I was about to put it in my pocket and leave, I hear footsteps behind me, and I turn around, and of course, it is none other than the school security guard. And he goes, what are you boys doing in here? And I was like, just hanging out. And he sees me putting the vape in my pocket, and he goes, what is that? Take that out. So I take it out, and he sees that it's a vape. And he goes, really? Austin, don't you know better by now that you can't have those in school? And I was like, yep, I know. And I was giving him super bad attitude. I never liked this security guard. I always kind of had a problem with him. Just the way he treated other students, like the way he would talk with them was like, I don't know, it didn't seem very disciplinary. It just seemed more like he was getting joy out of getting people in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, there were some people at school, like teachers and security guards, that were really, really cool. And when they did have to kind of yell at you, they were doing it in a way of like they were concerned about you. But with him, it was always just like smile on his face, like he was happy to bust you. So I was giving him attitude, right? And I probably shouldn't have been, but I was. So I just kind of kept like nodding my head, like basically saying, yep, I know, until he would eventually shut up. And finally he stops and he goes, all right, well, come with me. You gotta go to the main office. And I was like, no, why? He's like, you gotta talk to the principal. Like, you're vaping in school. You know that's a big no-no. You're going up to the principal's office. And I was like, no, I'm not going up. Like, just please let me slide this one time. And he's like, no, I can't do that. And I was like, yes, you can. Come on. Like, we're in the bathroom. There's no camera in here. Like, just take my vape, throw it out if you have to. Don't take me to the principal's office. He goes, no, you're going to the principal's office now. And because my friend was not caught hitting the vape and it was just me with it in my hand, my friend got let off, which was like good for him, whatever. But yeah, I was fucked. So my security guard escorts me up to the principal's office. He has my vape in his back pocket, by the way. He brings me up there, tells like the secretary or whatever in the main office that, you know, I got caught vaping and that I need to see the principal. And he turns around and he leaves. Now keep in mind, he doesn't give me my vape back and he doesn't leave the vape that he caught me with, that he had, like it was in his pocket, but he keeps it, right? And he leaves me in the main office. Usually what they're supposed to do is they give it to the principal, and then the principal will either give it back to your parents if they allow that, or they can dispose of it, like whatever, right? So I thought that was weird. Anyway, I have to go in the principal's office, explain to my principal that I got caught vaping because he already knew, they told him. And of course I get 2 days suspension because you're not supposed to do that. But once again, at the end of the principal talking to me, he was like, where's the vape? And I was like, oh, the security guard took it. And he goes, oh, okay. So I figured like, okay, no big deal, right? Like the security guard's probably just going to throw it away or something, right? Whatever. The next day rolls around, all right? I'm home because I'm suspended now, right? My parents are pissed at me. They took away like all my shit, my Xbox, my computer, my phone. And I'm just laying there on my bed, completely bored, like staring at the ceiling. I was listening to music on my old iPod Touch because that was the only device I had in the entire house that had internet access. And I'm just kind of scrolling on my iPod, right? Laying there, staring at the ceiling, listening to music, like just anything I can do to not be bored, right? And about halfway through what would be the school day, I get a phone call on my house phone. That was back when house phones still existed. And I ran into the kitchen and I grabbed the house phone. I'm like, hello. And it's my friend, Cody. Keep in mind, the school day is still happening, right? And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, yo, I had to call you. I have to tell you something. And I was like, what's good? And he's like, bro, you know how like the security guard took your vape? And I was like, yeah. He goes, bro, I just saw him hitting it in the hallway during class. Like he was in the hallway hitting your vape while nobody was out there. And just doing it in plain sight, like right there in the hallway. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, you're joking. He's like, no, bro, he's a hypocrite. Like, he got mad at you for doing it in the bathroom, but he's doing it in the hallway. Like, fuck that shit, bro. I'm gonna tell the principal. I'm gonna get you back here. And I was like, bro, you don't have to snitch on him. I really don't care. Like, honestly, I'd rather just chill and enjoy my 2 days of peace. And he's like, nah, fuck that. And then he hangs up. And I'm like, oh, no, dude. Like, what's about to happen right now? So fast forward like an hour, 2 hours later, my house phone rings again, and I answer, and it's my principal. And I was like, hello. And he's like, hello, this is Principal blank, blah, 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 of this high school. Is your parents there? And I was like, no, they're at work. And he goes, okay, well, when they get back, please have them call me. I go, okay. So my parents get back at like 4 p.m. My mom calls the school, and she's on the phone. I can't hear what my principal is saying because it was, like not on speaker, but I'm sitting there at the kitchen table, like listening to her responses. And they're essentially along the lines of like, what? Oh, like, that's ridiculous. All right, thanks for telling me, that kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, like, it's probably just the principal telling her about the security guard getting caught. So anyway, after this, she gets off the phone. She turns around, she looks at me, and she goes, your security guard was caught taking a hit of your vape in the hallway today, the one that he confiscated from you. And they were calling me because, it's technically your property, so they want to know if I want to come get it or if they should just throw it out. And I was like, oh, what'd you say? She goes, obviously I said throw it out. He asked, you want me to throw it out? I said yes. And I was like, oh. And she goes, you really want that after your security guard from your school's mouth has been all over that? Also, you're not vaping in my fucking house. And I was like, I know, sorry. And I'm thinking now, like, okay, what's going to happen to that security guard? Like, he broke a major rule. Like, you're not supposed to hit the vape in school or on school grounds, especially if you work there, right? So fast forward like 2 days later, I'm not suspended anymore. I go into school. I haven't heard from Cody at all since that one day, right? Like, I am just completely, like, still cut off from the world because I don't have a phone. And he didn't call my house phone after school hours because my parents were home and they might answer, and I'm not supposed to be on the phone with him because I'm grounded. So anyway, I go into school. First person I go to is Cody. I go up to his locker. I was like, yo, like, what happened with the security guard? Like, I haven't talked to you in a minute. He's like, bro, he got fired. I was like, what? Because I didn't expect that. I thought, like, you know, maybe he'd get, like, a slap on the wrist, like, warned about it, or, like, maybe written up or something and almost fired. But nah, they fucking fired him. Cody went upstairs, told the principal on him, and was like, hey, this security guard was on this side of the building, hitting the vape. It was Austin's vape. Like, go look at the cameras if you don't believe me. And they looked into it, and they fucking fired him. I couldn't believe that. I kind of felt bad. As much as I didn't like the guy, like, I don't know. It was crazy that he got fired because of, I guess kind of because of me. But honestly, no. It wasn't because of me. It was because he was an idiot and he hit the vape in the middle of school. Should I be talking? No. But at least my dumbass had the common sense to walk into the bathroom first where there's no cameras. He didn't have that idea, apparently. He just said, fuck it, I work here, I'll do what I want. But anyway, yeah. Essentially, security guard got fired. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. My vape got thrown away, and I learned a valuable lesson, and that was that I ain't gonna vape in school anymore. So I didn't. I didn't do it really from that point forward. I mean, there was a couple of times maybe here and there that my friends would like hand me one, but most of the time I was pretty good from that point forward when it came to vaping and stuff like that. Plus, like I said, it was no Nick juice. I wasn't even addicted to the thing. It was just stupid to have on me. I shouldn't have bought it, period. Anyway, guys, moral of the story is, don't be like young Luna. It's that simple. And don't be like that security guard either. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I be fully loaded, I be whipping foreign cars. Always stay devoted, mama knew I'd be